the new comedian for 2011. And it's going to be like an X Factor style competition. And I thought that's really good, because on the X Factor, when they've got 48 acts left, they send them all out, don't they, to the nice judges' houses, or the fake judges' houses. And they all have to perform in nice, exotic, hot locations. So it's great to be here in Darlington today. Now, I was looking forward to performing tonight, but I caught a bit of a cold on Wednesday and a bit of a sore throat. And as the compere mentioned tonight, my wife, who I love very dearly, whatever you do, men, do not tell your wife if you're suffering in any way. Whether you've got a cold, a bad back, a bad leg, or anything like that. She said to me, she said, I've got a remedy for your cold. And I said, what's a remedy? And she said, why don't you have a listen to your iPod? I said, I beg your pardon? She said, why don't you have a listen to your iPod? I said, what good's that going to do? She said, tunes make you breathe more easily. Sarcasm at its very best. So I haven't been writing jokes for that long. In fact, I wasn't used to be that good at writing jokes. It's only recently I've got my act together.
Hey!
Do you know that singer, will.i.am?
Yeah.
Why don't they just call him William? Now, I was at the solicitors last week. Someone's just called on that joke, that's good. I was at the solicitors last week and it was a very important meeting. I was writing out my will. And he sat me down and he said, Mr. Garrity, he said, what would you like to leave your children in the event of your death? And I said, all my bags for life. I read in the paper that Middlesbrough are 12-1 on to win the championship next season. So that's very good odds, isn't it? But for those of you who don't understand how betting works, that means if you put £10 on, you'll lose £10. I've found that Cheerios is a good name for a breakfast cereal, but it's a bad name for a funeral parlour. Now I've had a few jobs in my career. When I was younger, I did train to be a cardiac surgeon. That was a 4-year course, but I was told to give it up after 2 years because apparently my heart wasn't in it. Hey, there's more to come. I also got some work experience on a produce farm. Only lasted a week, but it was a fruitful experience. And no, there's an even better one. Hang on. And I even worked in a Cadbury's chocolate factory. Yeah. Now that was the luckiest job I ever had. Yeah. Every day I'd come out smelling the roses. But I always wanted to work in a sleep clinic. That'd be my dream job. So I thought I'd treat the wife. A couple of weeks ago we went out for a meal, a nice expensive meal it was, and it was at this brand new open air restaurant. Yeah, the atmosphere was really great. When it started to rain heavily, it took us an hour and a half to eat our soup. And when we got home, she said, you know what, I would love to eat out a lot more. So I got the kitchen table and chairs and I shoved them in the garden. But I love being married. You know, being married's great. And you get to learn things, don't you, when you're married. I've learned how to pick things up off the floor. My wife was teaching me some new card games, and she said to me, have you ever played that game called Patience? I said, yes, dear. Every day. But, you see, we've got this nice relationship, me and the wife. She's here tonight. That's it, really. So look, we went out to see that film, Social Network. Has anyone seen that film, Social Network? Yeah. It's not as good as the website, is it? You see on Facebook, you can chat amongst your friends and your family from all around the world, people that you haven't connected with, maybe for a month or a couple of years. Or you can even update on their statuses as well. And you can do that with your wife, who just happens to be sitting next to you, in the same room, on a laptop. I mean, who hasn't texted their partner when they've been sat in the same room? You have. But I like to write nice, heartfelt messages on a wall, you know. Hello, darling. What are you thinking of doing for tea tonight? Put kettle on. Have you seen the remote? But has anyone here got Facebook? Yeah, give us a shout if you've got Facebook. Yeah, mutual friends. That's good. Yeah. But see, the thing about Facebook is, you could write on there, you can update your status, you can say, I've been in a terrible car accident, you know, and I've broken my arm, or I've lost my job and I've just been made redundant, or you've got home from holiday and your house has been burgled. And then suddenly, underneath that comment little box, 16 friends like this. But I'm glad to see the children are back at school now. Now it's half term, and it was quite difficult trying to organise stuff for them for half term. We were going to go to that invisible fairground. They wanted to go last year, but they couldn't see the attraction. And I saw an advert for Alton Towers, and it said, Alton Towers, where the magic never ends. Can you imagine how disappointed I was when I turned up at 8 o'clock at night and it was shut? But I did have to break some news to our daughter, that our hamster had died this week. Yeah, it was tragic. He fell asleep at the wheel. But I'll leave you with this. I was having a chat with my daughter and I said to her, what would you like to be when you grow up? And she said, Daddy, when I'm older, I want my name in lights all across the world. So we changed her name and she's now called Fire Exes. Thank you very much.